Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about what is better for creatives, getting paid a specific rate or getting a percentage of the sale. We'll talk about it after we do our intro. Welcome back to the channel. I really appreciate you coming here. You could have been anywhere else doing anything else, but you're nice enough to be here, and I do appreciate it. Of course, I am Lewis Porter Jr. So today, let's talk about more about money. I guess we're talking about money of late, but we're talking about more about payment and payment rates. And this is a great one. So I had a comment someone put yesterday, was talking about, well, why don't you talk about this other stuff? Why don't you talk about the choice? I'm like, you know what? That is an important thing. There is a choice of payments. You can do what is traditional payments for artists, writers, editors. Would be like per word, which would be a specific rate. We're going to pay you this specific rate. That's all you're going to get. Or the percentage of the sale. Say you got a product, and every time we sell, you get 30% of the sale. So if it's a buck, you get 30%. It's 30 cents. Now, some people like the specific rate. Some people like the percentage. Let's talk about which one works best and why I think one is better than the other, depending on situations. So first off, the per word rate is really the most effective way when you first get started. It's one of those situations that people want to get paid. People want to know, hey, I worked this hard, I should get this kind of money. It's that kind of feel. It's very, very simple. It's a easy to understand policy and point of view. The real issue then becomes in the sales. So if I pay you X amount of dollars, I'm expecting to get X amount of sales. And when that doesn't happen, well, that's a bad thing. Then you probably won't get much work. But if you do get a massive amount of sales and you pay this guy, this small amount, relatively speaking, hey, it's a great deal. It works great for everybody. I love this. Of course, I'll keep paying that way. That's a great way to pay. The flip side to it, of course, is taking a percentage. Taking a percentage is really leaping on faith on a couple things. Number one, the person's going to do what they say they're going to do. When you get money up front, at that point, it doesn't matter. But if I'm going to pay you a percentage of the sales, you got to discuss, okay, well, how are we going to pay it? How am I going to see the money? How do I know it's true? That kind of situation. There's more of a trust factor built that has to be built over time in comparison just to pay my money, I'm done. The other part is the best part about it. Really, the more you do, the more that gets sold, the more that the product does well, the creative gets paid. It really works to the creative's advantage. If you're a high name and you're going to sell a lot, selling first a percentage is a great way to go. Most people are, I'm going to guess most publishers are very much like, yes, I'm for that. Even myself, a lot of people don't know. I've written under a pseudonym for, 25, 30 years now. I have a name I write under sometimes, and when I do stuff that I write under that name, and then people pay me a percentage. It's great. I don't see the money. It just comes to me. It's like, oh, look, percentage money. Boom. Not even thinking about it. It's one of those long-term looks at your work. If you plan this work to be sold for, 5, 6, 10, 20 years, it's better to do a percentage. But as people make a product that they may have paid you, X amount of dollars on, that might still be selling 20 years later. And I'll give you a great example in my company about that. When we first got started doing our image portfolio line, I used to pay artists a flat rate for their artwork. It's like, we're going to pay you this many pieces, this is the rate, boom. And one of the first guys who did it, we've been selling his product since 2002, 2003. We still sell that product every month. A couple more copies go out every month. And I know easily, without a doubt, we've made at least, God, even when I say it blows my mind, we made about 50 times as much money as we spent on buying the product. Now, he got paid his money. He was happy he got paid. But in the long run, he missed out on a lot of money. But, did he think this thing would still be selling 20 years after he did it? I don't know. And now with all my new artists, I specifically go for a percentage. It's a much better deal for them. It's a much better deal for me. It's a great long-term plan. Nothing like that slow drip of money coming in every month. And we're talking about work that you did, a month, 2 months, 5 months, year, whatever. in the past. And every month, a little bit of money comes in. And it doesn't even have to be a lot of money. I mean, okay. So when we do our image portfolio lines, I've talked about this, so this is not a big surprise. I only take 10% of that deal. Out of the $10 deal you might see, image portfolio, $10, I get $1 out of that deal. One whole dollar. The creative artist, in this sense, gets 55% of the money. So that's $5.50 that goes to them. The other remaining $3.50 goes to drive-through. So, like I said, I'm the smallest percentage on this. Now, the fun part for me is I have hundreds of image portfolio pieces, hundreds of them. And people always need art. So people are going to keep constantly buying art. And I promote it like I should and get it out there. I know that people are going to buy art. Art is a winner. Art is a smart move. And artists should be doing that. If I was an artist and I would approach, a well-known publisher and say, hey, I've got some art that I'm looking to sell. I don't want to deal with any of that stuff. I just want to take a percentage. Any smart publisher, including myself, would be like, yeah, okay, send it to me. You want to do it with me? Great. I'll take 10%. You keep the 55. Boom, we're good to go. And we'll do that tomorrow. And I'll do that till the end of time. It's a win-win. And here's the best part. Here's the part I didn't tell you, but this is where the money really starts to get, ooh. So we did a sale with one of our more popular artists. And I'll tell you, we did a sale. We sold I think 50 of their products at a really low price. I think $1 a piece, like $50 for 50 products. We're talking honestly, yeah, about 300 to 500 pieces of art easily for $50. That's a great price. You can't beat it. Well, we sold, easily into the 5 digits. And if you're wondering, what does that mean? That means we made easily $10,000 on the deal, minimum. That's 10 G's just on that little sale. And that sale lasted, I think it was not even a month. It was 2 or 3 weeks, something like that. And the artist walked away with a nice piece of change. Remember, even if he got 55%, he made himself at least $5,500 that month. Now, do we do it every week? Of course not. That's not what it is. It's a special event. But if someone could tell you, hey, we're going to do a big sale, you're going to get the percentage of it, and it came out to be, 6, 7, 10 grand, would you complain? Who complains about an extra 10 grand? I mean, if you don't want it, you can send it here. Please, feel free to send it to this channel. I'll take your money. I got no problem. So for taking a percentage, you're really putting all the risk on yourself. And here's the best part. No one ever talks about this. This is if you gamble like that and put it all on yourself, you spend all the time promoting yourself and you're promoting the product. So unlike a lot of people, there's a lot of people who write role-playing stuff. I'm just talking about role-playing stuff. This is just kind of focused on that. A lot of people do that kind of stuff. A lot of people do it. But very few people you know by name. Unless they've done something really super huge or they're well known. But for an independent guy like me to come up, you got to promote yourself. You got to promote yourself. I promote myself by video. I do podcasts. I've done everything. I've done every way you can promote yourself. I've done it. And people know who I am. Some people don't. Some people do. Do I have a fan base? Yeah. That's the good thing. So if you're taking a percentage and all you do is promote yourself, you're just promoting yourself to your fans who already like you, they'll be more apt to buy from you. And you'll be a better commodity in the industry being sold, but you'll be popular. This is a popularity contest. 110% popularity contest. You just got to figure out ways to be the most popular person. Now, with all that said, I will say that there are moments that taking the money up front is a good deal. If you've got bills to pay, you need stuff, boom, take the money up front. It's necessary. But if you can wait and you don't need the money as quick, or you've got older product that you've had just lying around, artwork for artists, you can sell that with a percentage. Just pick the one that works the best for you. Like I said, I use both. Percentage per word. It all depends on what the person needs. Be as flexible as possible, and everyone will be happy in the long run. What can I say? Thank you so much for watching my channel. I really appreciate it, and I will talk to you all later. Hey, thank you so much for stopping by the channel. If you could do us a super huge favor and click on that like button for this video, or even better, subscribe, we'd really appreciate it. As always, thanks for your support.